That blouse you have been wearing for years, the one you think is safe and flattering, might be the exact reason your outfits never look quite right. Not because of your body, not because of your age, because of 5 specific mistakes nobody ever told you about. Until right now. Before we go any further, drop a comment right now and tell me honestly, is there a blouse in your closet that you keep reaching for even though something about it never feels quite right? Tell me what color or style it is. I read every single comment, and your answer might be exactly what someone else watching this video needed to hear today. Mistake number 1. Wearing blouses that drown your frame. The reason so many women over 60 make this mistake is completely understandable. For decades, the fashion world delivered one consistent message about a changing body. Cover it, loosen it, add fabric. That message became a habit, and habits are almost impossible to recognize when you're living inside them. But here's what that advice was actually producing. Not coverage, not security, a rectangular mass of material that replaced your natural shape entirely. When a blouse is genuinely too large for your frame, it does not hide your shape. It replaces your shape with the shape of the fabric. The eye sees the blouse. It does not see you. Here is the distinction that changes everything. A flowing blouse has movement. It schemes the body as it falls. You can see the suggestion of your natural shape underneath. A drowning blouse hangs away from the body in every direction simultaneously. It creates the same silhouette whether it is on a wooden hanger or on your body. And when a blouse looks identical on the hanger as it does on you, that blouse is working against you. What you're looking for is what stylists call skim fit. Not tight, not body conscious. A skim fit means the fabric acknowledges your body as it falls without clinging to it. The specific details that create this are small and easy to spot once you know them. A gentle dart at the waist, that small diagonal seam that pulls fabric slightly inward to the narrowest point of the torso. A curved hemline rather than a perfectly straight one. Soft pleating at the back yoke that adds movement without adding volume at the front. These details cost exactly the same as a shapeless blouse. They produce a completely different result. If you have larger blouses in your closet right now, do not throw them away yet. Try these 3 fixes first. A front half tuck, just the front panel loosely into the waistband, creates waist definition in under 10 seconds. A slim, delicate belt worn over the blouse at the natural waist anchors the fabric and brings back your shape without altering anything. A cropped blazer or structured cardigan layered over the loose blouse creates the shoulder definition, and waist architecture the blouse alone is missing. These are not workarounds. These are exactly what professional stylists do deliberately. The blouse is not wrong. It just needs a partner. If what you just heard makes sense in a way that years of fashion advice never quite managed, this channel is going to change how you get dressed every single morning. Every video goes this deep, this specific, this honest about why certain choices work and certain ones do not. For real women with real bodies living real lives in the United States right now. Subscribe right now. It is completely free. And what is coming next? The fabric mistake quietly making even well-fitted blouses look cheap is information most women spend years without ever receiving. Hit that button before we go any further. Mistake number 2. Choosing the wrong fabric for your body and your life. Most women think about style when they shop. They think about color. They think about fit. Almost none of them think about fabric first. And fabric is the decision that determines everything else. A perfect cut in the wrong fabric looks wrong. A simple cut in the right fabric looks expensive, elegant, and completely effortless. There are 3 specific fabric behaviors that age an outfit and age the woman wearing it. The first is cling. Fabrics that grip the body at every contact point follow every curve and every area that changes shape when you sit or move. They trap heat, create static, and make even a well-fitted blouse look uncomfortable by midday. Because it is uncomfortable by midday. The second is stiffness. A stiff fabric holds its own shape independently of the body underneath it. It creates boxy angular lines that fight against the natural softness of the female form. Stiff fabrics do not move when you move. They maintain a rigid shape that belongs to the fabric rather than the woman wearing it. There is nothing elegant about wearing a blouse that is having a completely separate experience from the body inside it. The third is harsh shine. Overly shiny synthetic fabrics reflect light sharply at every wrinkle and surface variation. Harsh shine is not the same as elegant luminosity. True luminosity, found in silk and quality crepe, is soft, even, and warm. Harsh synthetic shine is sharp, uneven, and cool. It makes a blouse look inexpensive regardless of what it costs. The fabrics that work beautifully for women over 60 share one fundamental characteristic. They drape. Draping fabric falls from the shoulder, follows the body's natural architecture without gripping it, moves when you move, and settles when you are still. The most accessible draping fabrics are silk and silk blends, crepe in any fiber content, viscose and rayon at every price point, soft medium-weight cotton blends, and pre-soft and lightweight linen. All of them share the same relationship with your body. They work with it rather than against it. Texture adds dimension without adding bulk. A blouse with a subtle rib, a gentle jacquard weave, or a light crepe texture catches light differently across its surface and produces a visual richness that flat fabric cannot match. One textured blouse in a neutral color does more for a wardrobe than 3 flat fabric blouses in brighter colors. Texture creates interest through light. Interest through light is always more sophisticated than interest through noise. Practical test for any blouse. Hold the fabric between your fingers and release it. If it springs back immediately, stiff fabric that will impose its structure on your body. If it falls and settles, draping fabric that will work with you. Then hold it to the light. Sharp, uneven reflection means harsh shine. Soft, even absorption means it will sit comfortably, look polished, and photograph beautifully. This test takes 30 seconds and gives you more useful information than any amount of time spent looking at it on a hanger. When you shop for blouses, do you check the fabric content label on the tag before deciding whether to try it on? Or do you decide entirely based on how it looks on the hanger or on the model? Drop your honest answer in the comments right now, because your answer tells me exactly where the most important change in your shopping habit needs to happen. And I genuinely want to know. If you've been watching this video and recognizing yourself in what I am describing, you have just found the channel that was made specifically for you. Every video published here goes this deep, this honest, this specific about the real reasons certain fashion choices work and certain ones do not. For real women living real American lives at 60 and 70 and beyond. Subscribe right now, not as a favor, because the next 3 mistakes, especially mistake number 3, which has more direct impact on how your face looks in every outfit than almost any other single decision you make, are information you deserve before you open your closet tomorrow morning. Subscribe. Hit that button right now. Mistake number 3. Wearing necklines that age your face. Everything near your face affects how your face looks. The eye travels upward in any outfit and lands on the face. Whatever is closest to your face frames it the way a picture frame frames a painting. The wrong frame diminishes a beautiful painting. The right frame elevates it. 3 specific neckline problems to understand. A blouse button completely to the throat shortens the visible neck, draws attention downward toward the collar rather than upward toward the face, creates a visual wall the eye stops at rather than travels past, and creates physical restriction that communicates as tension in the face regardless of expression. All 4 of these effects are happening every time that choice is made. A very wide boat neck, extending past the natural shoulder line, draws the eye horizontally across the widest point of the upper body. Horizontal lines create width and stop upward movement. A well-proportioned boat neck within the shoulder line can be elegant. One that extends beyond the shoulder creates a visual crossbar that stops the eye at the chest. That distinction is sometimes a matter of 1 inch on each side. That inch determines whether the neckline flatters or fights against you. A tight high mandarin collar has the same shortening effect as a fully buttoned blouse, and additionally draws visual attention to the jaw and chin area specifically, emphasizing through proximity exactly where most women over 60 would prefer not to draw the eye. A soft V-neck is the single most universally flattering neckline for women over 60. It creates a vertical line, drawing the eye upward toward the face. It opens the chest, making the upper body appear longer and more graceful. And it reveals the collarbone, one of the most elegant structural features of the female body at any age. The specific depth that works best is moderate, approximately 2 to 3 inches below the base of the throat. Not a deep plunge, a graceful moderate V that achieves all 3 visual effects without feeling exposing. A medium scoop neck achieves the same results with a curved line rather than an angular one. For women with rounder face shapes, the curved scoop often works even better than the V because the curved neckline mirrors and softens the curves of the face rather than contrasting against them. A wrap-style neckline creates a V shape and a diagonal line simultaneously. Diagonal lines are visually slimming in a way horizontal lines are not. The wrap neckline draws the eye across and upward at the same time, creating both length and narrowness simultaneously. It looks like a simple, beautiful blouse. What it is doing structurally is considerably more sophisticated. The bonus. An open neckline creates a canvas for jewelry. A soft V or medium scoop gives space for a delicate chain against the collarbone, a strand of pearls warming the throat, a simple pendant drawing the eye upward toward the face. When your neckline is closed, jewelry has nowhere to live. It competes with the collar rather than complementing your skin. The right neckline does not just frame your face. It opens the door to everything that finishes the outfit. Mistake number 4. Wearing colors and prints that drain your complexion. After 60, your skin tone has evolved. The undertones determining which colors make your face look rested and vibrant versus tired, washed out, or flat have shifted from where they were at 40. Most women are still wearing the same color palette they always have. Not because those colors are definitively wrong, because nobody gave them a specific tool for reassessing. Your skin has an undertone, the temperature of color living beneath the surface. Warm undertones have golden, peachy, or yellow-based hues. Cool undertones have pink, rose, or blue-based hues. Some women are neutral, a balance of both. The simplest test. Look at the inside of your wrist in natural daylight. If veins appear blue or purple, cool undertones. If they appear green or olive, warm undertones. If you genuinely cannot determine, likely neutral. 30 seconds. No cost. The single most important piece of information for every color decision in your wardrobe going forward. Warm undertones. Colors that light up your face include coral, warm red, golden yellow, terracotta, warm camel, rich warm purple leaning burgundy, olive, and moss green. Colors that drain you. Ice blue, star cool white, cool gray, any purple or pink leaning heavily blue. Cool undertones. Colors that elevate your face include sapphire blue, emerald green, burgundy, deep rose, soft lavender, pure crisp white, soft silver gray. Colors that drain you. Most oranges, warm yellows, camel, rust, terracotta. Neutral undertones. You have the most flexibility. Medium intensity colors in either direction serve you best. Very intense warm or very stark cool can occasionally overwhelm, but your range is genuinely wide. Prints follow the same undertone rules as solids. If the dominant color of the print fights your undertone, the print will drain your complexion regardless of how beautiful the pattern is. Always check the dominant print color against your undertone first. Print scale also matters. Very large, bold prints overwhelm a smaller frame and compete with the face for visual attention. Very tiny, dense prints on a taller or fuller frame disappear entirely. Medium-scale patterns and undertone harmonious colors add personality without competing with where the eye belongs, on your face. When you put on a blouse, do you hold it up against your face in the mirror to see what it does to your skin? Or do you decide based on how it looks on its own? Drop your answer in the comments right now. The gap between those two habits is the gap between a wardrobe that consistently makes you look wonderful and one that occasionally surprises you without you ever understanding why. Mistake number 5. Ignoring sleeve length and sleeve shape. Sleeves are the most overlooked element of any blouse, and yet they're doing more work in terms of how an arm looks and how polished the overall silhouette appears than most women have ever been told. A sleeve that ends precisely at the widest point of the upper arm creates a visual frame around exactly the area most women would prefer not to highlight. The eye stops at the hem. The hem is at the fullest point. The sleeve creates emphasis where you wanted coverage. A sleeve with insufficient ease across the upper arm creates horizontal pull lines when the arm is at rest. Horizontal lines direct the eye across the arm rather than along its length, creating the visual impression of more width than actually exists. Here's what works. The 3/4 sleeve is the single most universally flattering sleeve length for women over 60. It ends between the elbow and the wrist, where most women are naturally slimmer than at the upper arm. This creates a visual taper. The eye travels down the arm and arrives at a slimmer point than it started at, creating length and elegance. It shows the wrist, one of the most delicate and naturally graceful features of the body. It works in every season because it provides coverage without heat and restriction. Every woman over 60 deserves at least 3 blouses with 3/4 sleeves. A flutter sleeve falls gently over the upper arm rather than fitting against it. It provides coverage without definition, floating over the area rather than framing it. As you move, the flutter sleeve creates soft movement that draws the eye to softness rather than to shape and size. One of the most forgiving sleeve styles available because it never defines the arm at any specific point. 4 full-length sleeves that feel too heavy or formal. A clean, deliberate roll to just below the elbow transforms them completely. Not a casual push. A neat, intentional fold creating a clean cuff. This lightens the visual weight of the garment, reveals the wrist, and makes the outfit look like a styling decision rather than a default choice. That distinction between an outfit that looks decided and one that looks accidental is often the entire difference between feeling polished and feeling like something is off without knowing why. 5 mistakes. Every single one completely fixable, and every single one completely understandable, because they came from information that was missing, incomplete, or never delivered to the women who needed it most. You are not making these mistakes because of poor taste. You are not making them because you stopped caring. You are making them because the fashion world consistently failed to give women over 60 the specific, honest, practical guidance they deserve. Your frame deserves a blouse that acknowledges it. Your skin deserves fabrics that drape with it. Your face deserves a neckline that opens toward it. Your complexion deserves colors that harmonize with its undertones. And your arms deserve sleeves that create elegance rather than emphasis. None of that is too much to ask from your wardrobe. All of it is completely achievable, starting with the very next blouse you choose. Subscribe to this channel right now. Every single week, we give women over 60 the honest, specific, practical style guidance that the fashion world has been withholding for decades. Every video respects your intelligence, your experience, and your absolute right to feel wonderful in your clothes at every age. Subscribe. It is free. It takes 3 seconds. Share this video with one woman in your life who has been standing in front of her mirror feeling like something is off and never understanding why. One share costs nothing, and it might change how she starts every single morning. And drop a comment right now answering this. When was the last time you put on a blouse and felt genuinely, completely beautiful in it? Not just acceptable, not just fine for my age. Beautiful. Tell me, because that feeling is not something you lost. It is something you are about to reclaim, one blouse, one intentional choice, one morning at a time. Subscribe, share, comment, and I will see you in the next one.